Hello, I'm Bear, and this is my garden. And some time ago, I planted half of my tomato seedlings into the greenhouse. So let's see what happened with them. As you can see, there are a lot of weeds, of course, but like you can see like teeny tiny tomato plants like between them. So I didn't have like a lot of success with these. There were not as many weeds, and weeds are having no fault in the growth of these guys, because weeds just grown basically for last 2 or 3 days when it was like very warm, and all the growth in the garden basically exploded. So only one of my seedlings, like all of them are basically, they are alive, but they are not thriving. But I think they will still grow now when it's like warmer. I hope so. So for this one, I don't know if it will grow. It looks like it has like growing point, but I accidentally snapped growing point of this guy, and I hope it will like produce another one. So as you can see, basically all of them are like this, in this state. So the old leaves what were on them when I planted them are like purple and like not too green, and these green ones, these are the new leaves what started to grow in here already after replanting them. So, but they don't have too much of them. So as you can see, this already has a sucker. Need to remove that. And only one tomato like feels much better. It is bigger, it has like more of this new growth on it. Okay, so, and today I will be planting the rest of them, what I have grown on my windowsill. But they are not into good condition as well. But before I do that, I want to. But before I do that, I want to save these guys. So I want to replant these, like tomatoes. They are like grown from the seeds of last year, and they are like volunteer tomatoes. And I want to replant them like in the little cups and see if they can like thrive better than the plants I grew at home, and if they can like catch up with them and like get some tomatoes from them. But I'm not sure, because last year I had one of these plants. I didn't replant it, I left it where it was growing, and it wasn't growing too fast. So here I have like planted these little tomatoes, and let's see what will grow. I planted them in compost, like in old sour cream cups, and I planted them a little bit deeper than they were, so they actually could be like pretty different tomatoes than I was growing last year, because they could have cross-pollinated or something. So if they grow, I am actually looking forward what will they grow into. And I'm sorry for noise. My neighbor is mowing their grass. Okay. So that is done, and we can move towards planting my other 10 transplants. Okay, so I prepared holes for tomatoes. I made them like pretty deep, as you can see, because my tomatoes are pretty lanky, and I will be like planting them deeper, as deep as I can. So, and these are my tomato plants. So as you can see, they are pretty lanky because they were growing on windowsill, and I don't use grow lights. I guess I will need to buy grow lights for next season, because last year I grew transplants by myself as well, and they were like much nicer. But you can't rely on the weather every year. So this year it was like too less sunlight, I guess. But yeah, these are actually like the best of them. I will show you the most lankier ones. So look at this thing. This is crazy. But I will try still to like plant it and see, because buying the transplants is pretty expensive. And if you are planting like few tomatoes, then yeah. And also I want to like get the varieties I was sowing. So, and as you can see, that they grew much more because they were left inside the house, and they have like more leaves, as those ones have like six leaves. These have like 8 to 10 leaves, but the stems are like pretty lanky, and some of them already started to set flowers, and I did pinch them off. So this one is one of the better ones as well. I don't know if that depends on the variety. Okay, so the problem is I have 10 transplants with only 9 holes. So I guess I will not be planting the long one, because that's abomination. So I hope that's the variety of what will grow from one of the previously planted ones, because I had only 2 transplants from each. But yeah, if it's not, then I will plant them next year. And next year I will be definitely planting, like sowing the seeds for transplant like a month later because I did sow them too early. There was the problem. Okay, so I guess I could plant this one like here, maybe, I don't know, or like in one of the other beds, just to see. I will decide. I will still decide about this one. I will put it aside. But yeah, let's plant these ones then. Okay, so as you can see, they are like starting to get. They are not too much root bound, but I will still like break apart a little bit of that. And I will not plant this one too deep, up to the first leaf. So I will need to dig my hole like a little bit back up, so it's not so deep. Okay, so I guess that's enough. Now I'll leave it like that, and I will need to put this one. So I made these too short. I wanted the first plan was like to plant them beneath the plant, but yeah, they are too short, so I will just be like somehow putting them around it or something like that in later. Okay, let's put all the other plants inside the holes, then I will water them in, and then I will cover them with ground and water again. Okay, so that is the way you can still say Blanky tomato plant. You just like dig deep hole and put them as deep as you can. Of course, don't remove all the leaves. So probably I could have planted this one and this one deeper and that one. So these three. And also maybe this one a little bit deeper. But yeah, I already dug the hole as deep as I could. Of course, the other variant is to dig like shallower hole, but like long hole, and then you just take your tomato plant and put it inside, like in an angle, like horizontally almost. So only this part is out, and then it will grow roots around that, along the stem. So yeah. So I probably will not be planting this one. I will not be planting. So yeah, let's hope they will survive and grow. And if they will not survive, I probably will buy like 3 or 4 or 5 plants on the farmers market to replace them, like maybe later. So yeah, and also very interested if the little ones will grow, and maybe I will be able to replace with them. If not, I will be planting them outside later in the season, when like in the end of the month. It's May now. So yeah. Now I remove the weeds a little bit, and then I will cover it all in hay and then I will water it in to not like have when I will be watering, to not have soil like spraying on the leaves, because it's bad for tomatoes, and to not have moisture evaporating too much, so I don't need to water like too often. And yeah, and also I'm hoping that because I planted these tomatoes so deep, the like roots will have more access to water, because like as deeper as the roots go, the moisture is not drying out so much. So even less watering. This is how it looks now. I hope it will not even prevent water from evaporating too fast, and I will need to water less, but also will prevent weeds from growing. Of course, there will be some who will grow still, but I hope there will be much less. I mean, it doesn't look too like pretty, but I hope it will be functional and will do what I want it to do. So this project is finished, and now I just need to keep watering and see how they grow, and hopefully we'll have a big harvest of tomatoes. But as we saw, there is no reason to plant tomatoes too early, because they just not growing. And yeah, next year I will be planting and seeding tomatoes even later. But what for the next project? I need to plant potatoes, and I was considering different ways to planting them, and I decided on planting them in boxes. So I still have some planks left from my pallets from my garden bed project, and I will be using those planks to create boxes you can disassemble and like grow potatoes in them. So if you are interested, subscribe, press little bell icon, and stay tuned for the future projects of mine. And thank you for coming along and for joining. Have a nice day. Bye.